first guest is a regular on MSNBC's Morning Joe. He also hosts his advice show on Sirius XM. It's called Dialing Donny. Please give it up for Donny Deutsch.
Okay?
Yeah, yes, Donny, I'm fine.
Okay. Just wanted to ask.
Okay.
You look great.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
No, you know when you've fallen ill and then people continue to ask
for the next 17 years.
Oh my God, are you okay?
Yeah. Okay. So we'll move on. You're great.
Let's give you some Deutsch shoe cam.
See, the key is, whenever I come on a show like this, you wear the high thing, because otherwise you're like, socks are hanging and you get like nasty white skin, and you don't want any of that, you know.
Well, Donny.
Yes.
The last time that you were here.
Yes.
The very next day. Why did I have to read in page 6 that you were romancing Marla Maples? Like, you don't even like Donald Trump.
I really dislike Donald Trump.
Yes.
Which was one more reason to go out with his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Marla and I had known each other for a while, and we decided to go out. She's a great lady. I wanted to kind of see how I measured up against the president, if you were. I'm kidding. No, we never got there. And she's a doll. What happened was, I don't think she realized how outspoken I was against her ex-husband. And so we went out at a great time, and we were gonna go out again, and she was kind of like, he's still the father of my child. It's not good. You know, she was in a tough position, you know, because it's not good. Like here, I'm bashing him on TV, and she's flitting around town with me. You know, and I think he still supports her.
She did the right thing.
She did do the right thing, I think. She
did the right thing.
This is, she's a really nice lady. Really, really nice lady.
Yeah. By the way, do you think a 26-year-old virgin is practical?
I think it's rather silly, actually. Here's the, you know, it's interesting. I agree with what you said. You know, look, there are things in life. If somebody said to me, you know, I've never, you know, ridden a bike, or I've never, you know, we do things in life.
Right.
But what's most important about it, and on my advice show, I talk to a lot of people make the mistake and they marry somebody who maybe is going to be a great provider or a great husband or a great wife.
Right.
It's got to start with great passion. It's got to, you got to come back to that. So you're not going to know. I mean, how can anybody get married to somebody not knowing, I think you used the term about their junk, you know, and so I think it's silly. It's, and you hear, if I went out with a woman, not that I would go with somebody that young, but, you know, if I was younger and somebody was 26 or a virgin, I'd go, Now, I know there are some people with their religion and whatnot, but...
I don't want to be involved.
Not a good idea.
No.
Not a good idea.
So, Jill Zarin.
Jill Zarin.
Now, you're from the Isle of Manhattan. I'm sure you've socialized with her before.
I know Jill, sure.
And the late Bobby.
Yes.
So now she's dating, you know, one of their family friends. I find nothing wrong with it. Bobby's been dead for 6 months. She mourned. They were married, a beautiful marriage for 18 years, and they got their daughter.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Not only is there nothing wrong, I think there's something very right about it. Number one, it's not that atypical, because what people tend to do is the people that you hear all the time, particularly some of those older people, they both lost spouses, they were in the same social circle. So, and I believe, for instance, if I was married and I passed away, I would want my wife, if I loved her, to do whatever made her happy. You know, if she waited 2 months or whatever it is, it's like she's living. And she should do, like anybody should do, whatever makes her feel good. And the fact that I think it's an ex-friend is a nice thing.
Well, not an ex-friend.
Or, well, technically he's dead. So that you wouldn't say a dead guy and a live guy are friends, would you?
So Donny, by the way, is the supreme cat daddy at 60. Very wealthy, and this is what he does. So you've been married 3 times?
Twice.
Twice?
I have 3 daughters.
Oh, 3, Would you get married again?
I would. It would have to be something very special. And I have a very full life. I have my children, I have my career, I love my life. And the older you get, the harder it gets, because we know too much. And when you're younger, you know, if you're attracted to somebody, you like the same music, you have the same friends, but we all come with ecosystems now.
Yeah.
So it's got to work with my children, it's got to work with their children, everybody's bringing a posse to the table. You know, I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
So, you know, you're grandfathered in with your husband.
Yes.
You've been married 20 years or a long time, whatever.
Yeah.
If, God forbid, tomorrow you weren't together, somebody now has to come with their kids, with your family, with your career, and there's just a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. Are you dating?
I date, you know, it's, I find it interesting at this age, 60, I feel better about myself as a man.
Yeah.
More comfortable in my skin. I'm a better lover. No, I really, you know, you get, when you're younger, as a man, you know, when you're having sex like this kind of thing, you get older, you realize it's a whole different thing going on. You know,
you're not so selfish.
You connect with the mind, you connect the whole thing, and just I'm a better businessman, I'm a better talk show person, I'm a better dad, so I think I'm a better dating type person also, and I love women more than ever, I understand them more than ever, and it makes you a better partner. I love doing this show. I don't need to talk about this.
But how young is too young for you?
It's a great question. I don't know. How young is too young? Let's take it. I'm going to raise your hand if you think this is too young or too old. I'm 60. I'm not saying I'm doing this. Is 30 too young? Raise your hand. Yes.
Yeah.
Is 35 too young?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of go 35 to 55. And it really depends on the woman. For instance, a 37-year-old woman who's divorced with 2 kids, I have more in common with than a 46-year-old woman that's never been married. So it has to do with lifestyle.
Yes.
Do we sync up? And, you know, it's not, by the way, if somebody said I have a great 59, 60-year-old woman, I would meet her. It's just what I tend to meet. But, you know, late 30s to, you know, mid-50s is kind of my
With perky boobs and a high booty, I'm sure.
I'm a breast man. I like boobs. You know, it's okay to say what you... I like boobs. I don't know why. I don't know, you know, I think boobs are fun.
They're very fun. So, Dialing Donny,
yes.
Congratulations, second season.
It's been on for a while.
And you're giving advice on the radio.
Yes, the mistake that a lot of women make when you think about it, when you're having problems with your boyfriends, your husband, you usually go to your girlfriend. No, go to a guy. I mean, I go to my oldest girlfriend when I'm having problems, so I give women the guy's perspective.
Yeah.
They'll call up and they'll say, my husband hasn't made, you know, doesn't have sex with you anymore, or this and that, and I'll say, well, here's kind of what's going on, you know, whether you want to realize or not. And I do it with love, and I do it, you know, very gently, but, you know, it is amazing how a lot of people just don't have somebody smart to talk to in their life. I'm not saying anything that probably most of you wouldn't say, but a lot of people are just kind of isolated.
But I also think that people know the answer to their own questions.
Yes.
They just need one final person to give them.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And it's 100% true. But what is really kind of sad, the common thread, there are so many people in loveless marriages. They're together, they're stuck because of money. And what do? I love my kids. I can't really afford to leave. My husband and I don't have sex anymore. Ugh. What do I do? And I would say there's 3 options. You can stay without passion, you can blow up your life, or you can supplement passion on the side. I'm not saying any of those are right. Those are your choices. It's that simple. And
Donny Deutsch, everybody. Tune in to Dialing Donny on channel 109 on Sirius XM.